If you can smell smoke, you can pretty much guarantee there's a fire, and that is a very, very good description of what we're seeing right now in the Orange County housing market. So this is the March housing market update for what we're seeing really go on. Now, if you're first time seeing this, this is how we break this down. I go through a summary of really the 5 most important things that we should look at every single month to make sure we know what's going on in the market. Then I dive into a little bit more information that's gonna share what we're really seeing happening versus what the numbers are showing. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Christian Stubbs. I'm a team leader and owner here at Onyx Homes. So let's dive right into this. So I've got my notes down here and I wanna make sure that I'm sharing with you the most important stuff going on right now. So first and foremost is new listings. Now this is not great. This is actually really bad news. Is we had 300 fewer homes hit the market in February than we did in January, which is odd. We should be seeing more and more homes come to the market all the way through really to summer, but certainly through May. And to see fewer homes hit the market is definitely not a good sign. So that's number one is new listings. We're down last month. Now, so that's new listings. Now the next one is available listings. So there were actually 200 more homes that are available on the market in March right now than there were last month. So that's good. There's a little bit more inventory. It's really not very much at all, but it's about a 10% bump from where we were last month. Not really where we want to be, but more is definitely better, so home buyers have a little bit more to choose from. Days on market, this should be no surprise whatsoever. I said this in the last market update, is we were going to see an explosion of buyer demand into the marketplace. We are going to see prices increase, which we'll get to in a second, but days on market decreased. It almost got cut in half, and it won't sound like a lot, but last month our days on market, meaning the amount of time that it takes from a sign to go in the yard for a property to go under contract, was 17 days and is now 10. Now I know it's only 7 days, but the reality is it almost got cut in half. It is a huge difference. So this is something that we're going to see continue trending because of what we're seeing in the market, which I'll share after the summary. So new listings are not as many as we would like to see. Active listings went up a little bit, not as much. Days on market going down from 17 to 10. Now next is what everybody's favorite number is, price. Yes, of course, prices went back up. Median home price in March, well really in February for the deals that closed, was $1.1 million, which was up from $1.05 million from January. So the small dip that we saw in November, December, January has picked back up. We are back at record pricing as far as the median home price. Now, if you look at the average in Orange County, it's 1.44. The median home price is the middle, which is a little bit better representation of what that kind of real average is. Now, as I'm filming this, interest rates, as we all know, change every single day. But as I'm filming this, rates are just a hair under 7.1%. Now, this is gonna be completely dependent on all kinds of different things. I'm not a lender. I don't pretend to know the rates every single day. I just look at Mortgage News Daily to figure out where they're at. And they're a little bit higher than they were on last month's market update. But we know that this is probably gonna trend down, which leads into the bigger conversation of what are we really seeing in the market. All right, so that was the summary, and now we're gonna dive into what we're really seeing going on in the marketplace. Last month, we wrote a lot of offers for our clients, and almost every single one of them was in multiple offer situations. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 or 3 offers and they were around list price, maybe a little above, maybe a little below, like we were talking about late last year. We are talking about buyers who are coming out the gates doing all of the same things they were doing in 2020 and 2021, in the early half of 2022, is we had plenty of buyers miss out on properties and get beat out by hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even on properties that are listed under $1 million, we're having people go way, way over asking price. Now, are sellers listing below market value to make sure they sell early? Yes, in a lot of circumstances they are. Sellers are underpricing their property a little bit to make sure that they get the most money for the house, which is probably the best strategy in today's market. But that doesn't mean that homes are selling less than before. We saw the median home price tick up again, and I can assure you that all the properties that are going under contract right now are gonna push that median home price up again. I'm making a bet that next month we're gonna have prices go up again, and I really don't see anything slowing this down. Now, in a previous newsletter we sent out, we were talking about buyer affordability and what buyers have proven that they're willing to do in this marketplace. So I would highly recommend going back and looking at that for buyer affordability as far as where prices might actually go. But as far as us representing our buyers through this process, we went straight back to our toolbox of how we were getting offers accepted in 2021 and 2022, and we have pulled out all the stops again as well too. We are writing offers that are competitive with cash. We are doing all the different things that we know how to do to get our clients' offers accepted. And here's the difference. They're not really that much of secrets anymore. Your agent has to know what's going on in the marketplace, because unlike in 2021, when these were all brand new strategies, these aren't brand new strategies. And there's a lot of agents out there that went through that market and had to adjust and learn just like we did. So if you aren't taking the time to go through, we call these strategy sessions the most important thing that our buyers can do in this marketplace right now. If you haven't already done that, I highly recommend it. Another thing you can do is make sure you know about all the off-market listings. I have some really exciting things that are gonna be coming out in the next 30 days or so, but I won't announce that now. But one thing I will say is that off-market list. Another newsletter we sent out a couple of weeks ago was talking about off-market opportunities, and I've got a whole bunch for our clients that are on that list as well too, so make sure you check that out. If you're watching this on YouTube, all the information is down below. And if you're on our website, you're gonna have the links in there as well too. And there are absolutely no signs of a ton of inventory coming to the market. Now, I will say, this is not the same thing that a lot of my friends, go figure, I've got a lot of friends in real estate, and I talk to them all the time because I want to hear what they are seeing. And they're all over the country. In places like Texas and Idaho, they are seeing a ton of inventory hit the market, and no buyers are showing up to pay the prices that they were last year. So they're seeing prices come down. And it really goes to show just how insulated we are here in Orange County, that we are getting multiple offers, prices appreciating 5 and 10% per month in the beginning of the year here. We are in a very unique position in Orange County. And the reason I'm saying this is not to talk about how wonderful Orange County is, which I think it is, but really to talk about how different we are from the national numbers, which is all anybody ever hears about. Because if you're watching the news, if you're reading major articles from the Wall Street Journal or Forbes or whoever, they're gonna be talking about national numbers. Now, the only national number that I think means anything to Orange County is the number of homes that are gonna sell this year is gonna be more than last year. And price irrelevant, that is a good thing for the housing market, because not very many homes sold last year. Now, to be quite honest, buyers and sellers can both still take advantage of this market. It amazes me every day, but there are plenty of sellers who choose to list with an agent that really just doesn't understand the current market, maybe hasn't understood the market in quite some time. And there's a lot of buyers out there that are taking advantage. There's also a lot of sellers that are taking advantage of the market. And I think if you've been following along with us for any amount of time, you probably realize the importance of working with somebody that really knows what they're talking about. So if you're not already working with one of our Onyx agents, please reach out. If you don't want to talk to a human, I also totally understand it. So you can simply just go to our website, SoCalHomesForSale.com, start your home search there, or figure out what your home's value is. You can start a conversation whenever you're ready. But again, this is the market update for March, and here's what I think we're gonna see. Homes will not come to the market in a flood, meaning we will see this low inventory market stay all year long. Buyers are gonna keep paying about these prices for properties. I don't think we're gonna see an enormous explosion in home prices up until interest rates come down. We're also in an election year, which brings a whole another slew of issues to the market as well. But I think there's one thing that's gonna happen is whether it's late this year or early next year, we are going to see interest rates come down. Some sellers are gonna say, okay, now I'll sell, buy into my next property. So I think over the next 18 months, we're gonna see a lot of ease coming into the market. But if you are one of those buyers who is sitting on the sidelines just waiting for interest rates and prices to come down, I cannot urge you enough. It might be time to give up on that hope, because I don't think we're gonna see both interest rates and prices come down. I don't see anything pointing towards that. I personally would recommend really looking at what are you looking to change about your current living situation, and can you get into something that you really like now and maybe upgrade into something better in the future. So that's my personal opinion. If you found this market update helpful, make sure to share it with a friend. I'm sure somebody else wants to know how's the market. And if you're not already subscribed to the newsletter and our YouTube channel, I highly recommend that as well too. Again, my name's Christian, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.